heavy. So today went to Harbor Freight and picked up this bower. It's a compound, so it rotates, I believe it says 48 degrees on the top, and then also you can get a degree there as well. But and it's a 12-inch blade, so up the blade size a little bit, and that. So there's the specs, and then here's like a little compatibility chart. Gotta be careful though, this thing's heavy. Okay, so first of all, I'll turn on the pancake. Turn on this one. Oh yeah, that's really a lot. Okay, so we'll up the front of that thing off. This fits right over. So we're gonna try to leave as much meat on this pig as we can. And I'm gonna end up welding all this, all that, grinding it down. Oh, what a disaster. While I'm at it, I might as well re-weld a bunch of that goobery stuff. But all I have is my little 110, but I'm pretty sure I can lay a bead better than what I'm seeing, so ay. But luckily this does fit over, so it'll be good. Weld her up, bolt her on there, and we'll be home free. But man, that was a disaster. Alright, these are our first passes on that little 110 welder. Gonna lay nice, probably 2 or 3 beads up in here. I put a little piece of filler metal in because there's a big hole here on the back side. Okay, so I got bolts on the 4, and then this one on the main tube. I guess I forgot to show you guys my finished welds, but I ran out of weld wires. I got enough on there where I'm like, okay, this is fine. But this company, Hyperlite, reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try out some of their lights, and of course I said yes, because the lights I have here in the garage are the old school, like 4-foot long bulbs, and I'll show you guys that in just a little bit here in this portion of it, but I wanted to upgrade them anyways, and this kind of fit the bill. So they sent these out. They asked for the space, and I told them it's 24 by 20, and so they said, well, you should probably go with 4 of our 4-foot 60-watt garage LED lights. And then they sent them. So the shipping is actually pretty fast, but it was more of a direct. I don't know if they have an Amazon link or whatever, but it came in 3 days, which for me that's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna get these installed. Really simple. You just put this bracket up and then it snaps in. This is a good design. The other ones always have the little screw hole and it slides in. Well, they'll tend to fall off all the time. So this here kind of locks in and it gives you quite a bit of leeway here for your bracketry. But I'm just gonna put it up. I'll mark it with a pen because you can kind of see where this is. I'll just mark that on the sheetrock and then mount this and we'll be good. So should we try it quick before we push it all back in? Oh yeah. Good and bright. Alright. We got all 4 of them installed. That's much brighter. Yeah, that's nice. That's gonna be real nice. Pretty easy install. Those little brackets are really nice. I put this fridge for sale, but no one wants it, so I'm going to bring it to the dump. Alright, it's getting dark, and I thought I would showcase the lights to you guys. Yeah, that's honestly on the verge of being too bright, but it's nice. This morning we're going to be working on some siding, and this area right here had this big rectangular box on it, and I believe it was like a free style heat exchange. I've seen another house in the town that has it, but essentially it had a fan and then the box and a piece of like poly or glass that would sit over the top, and it would push the cold air in, go up and through and back out, and they sheetrocked over it on the inside, the holes, and I put in this poly or this foam. They had just regular insulation in there, but this foam stuff here, I don't think the mice or critters really care for it much. But what I'm going to do today is cut some pieces of tin that I have just to cover this up, because we are going to be repainting all of this. so I just want to get it covered up. I was going to replace it, the whole piece of siding, but I'm just doing the minimum for the siding right now, and then I'm going to repaint it because we plan on residing the whole house in the next couple of years anyways. We just want to get it painted to kind of keep it from getting any worse. But I'm going to cover this up with some tin, so that's what I'm going to work on this morning. get this wire nut out. And we'll have to kind of rewire it, but that's not a huge deal either. Typically, it would hang down, but also in this type of situation, it could hang up. You know, it's kind of basement, so more filtered light. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good either. And we have the front switch, which turns on this one. And the back switch turns on the back too. Tell me which one looks better. I think the back ones do. I think it makes it look taller. Nice and warm back there. Those are also, I believe, different colored bulbs. But they look nice. Okay, today we're going to be removing this bay window and putting in two 36 by 48 windows in its spot. And the funny thing about that is that this window is 81 inches wide, but for the glass it has about 15 inches per pane, so I got about 60 inches worth of glass here. Putting in the two 36 by 48s, I'll actually gain a few inches worth of glass, because so much of this is just eaten up with transitions in between. So kind of surprising. It's going to be a smaller window, but you'll have more glass to look out of. We've been scraping off the front of this, so all the chips are down here, but this siding piece that this is hitting on is all rotted, so it's definitely time. That's the thing about this particular bay window, is this piece here, this new piece, was the overhang, so no water or moisture would get on top of here. Well, they put this tin on here, which actually saved it, but you know, just a lot of moisture sits on here if it rains. And then on the bottom side, like, there's a piece of foam here, and then above the foam is another piece of wood, but you can see how rotten that is. And you know, this, if you painted this window, it'd give you more years, but it's all fogged up anyways. So it's really just, its time has come and it's time for it to go. So we're gonna rip it out of here, and hopefully there isn't too much rot behind it. I mean, we can rebuild it, but hopefully it's nothing too crazy. ahead, crank it. There you go. Alright, let's come on out. That way so I can catch it. It's not really going to do much, but it might.
Never know.
There. Now, tip it. Watch your fingies. It's probably going to slide out. Watch your face because there's stealing. Now scooch around this side like this. I'll have you use this thing. Okay. Just leave her right there. Does she balance? Okay. So I called my dad and had a good conversation with him about tips and stuff, and essentially we want to keep the top where the top is and move up the bottom because the top will stay level with the door and it'll match. But they have all this foam, like a 1-inch foam and like a 1/2 inch of built-right, so I had to kind of work with that. And on the bottom here, that meant I had to do a 2x4 and then stack on just under 1 inch worth of ply the whole way, because I want the outside of the flange, which is this nailing piece, on the outside of all that foam. So I had to build it out a little bit. Alright, we got our center put in, which is 2 2x4s, and then the sheathing on the outside to get my spacing right. And now what I'm going to do is measure the width of the window, which is right here. I'm going to measure this. It's 35.5, and now we're going to add a 1/2 inch, so it'll be 36. So from here, measure 36, which is 3 feet.
Trying to kill me. Oh.
There, yeah, apparently. Alright, same as before, we want to flush on the inside. I'll screw that bottom and then we'll level the top. Can you say, don't forget to subscribe? Say it. Don't forget to subscribe. No? Alright, let's go play. No, you don't. Now we get to put our flashing on. And you want to wrap it bottom and sides. And then the top piece goes on after you put the window in. And then you use your caulking, silicone, and you do the 3 sides, but not the bottom. So any water that goes on this window and seeps behind will follow the flashing and then drain out the bottom because it's not silicone. If water gets behind here, hopefully that never happens. Okay, we got all the flashing put on here, layered it up, extra in the corners just to kind of triple overlap, but I got two pieces here, 2 pieces here, 2 pieces here, nice big strip on the bottom, and I think we'll be alright considering that there was 0 flashing on here on that bay window, so I think we'll be okay. So you can grab on this edge. And see how there's that little bit of play there? Lift her up, you got her? I'll help lift it up too when I'm up there. Lift her up for me. Nice. Alright. Unbelievable!
Oh my god. Uh-oh.
I tested it.
Sammy, you want to shut this door? Huh? Well, shut the door.
Okay, lift. Pretty tight on this one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and cosmetically I think this looks a lot nicer. It actually makes the deck look a lot bigger, and inside we really don't lose anything. In fact, I think it makes the inside look bigger just because you can see out the window, and that was something that you couldn't before because it was too foggy to really see out. So on top of that, now we can get blinds and curtains to go over the window, and it'll help with heating and cooling in the wintertime. In the morning, the sun beats on the front of the house and heats it up pretty good. So it'll be nice to have some curtains there or something to kind of help with that. But yeah, and really this siding right in here isn't going to be too much work. A little piece that goes along the top, and then over here for the big one I'll cut it and splice, and then cut that one there so the seams aren't together, and then these three will be changed out anyways because that window's got to go. So it'll just kind of be a waiting game until we can get that one. But that one's going to be 36 by 36 or 36 by 38, but they don't have them in stock anywhere around here, so I have to keep my eye open or special order it, and it'll just get here when it gets here. But that'll be one of the next ones to be switched out. Alright, so maybe a month ago we ordered a new bed set. We got the bed, the long dresser with the mirror, side table, or a nightstand I guess is what they would call it. So we went and picked it up today because it came in. We also bought a new bed. That came in a few weeks ago. We bought it during the Prime Day deals or whatever. So I have to put this together though. I thought that the $150 delivery fee was just for them to deliver it. I didn't realize that they also would put it together. So now I have the wonderful job of putting it together. But it shouldn't be too bad. The dresser's complete and the side table is complete. I just have to put together the headboard and the footboard and attach the mirror to the dresser, but all that's kind of easy stuff. So let's get into it here and see what it involves. There you go. You know what they call that? Mm-hmm. What do they call it? Mm-hmm. It's called a wing nut. Can you say wing nut? Wing nut. See how it looks like wings, like a bird? It's called a wing nut.
I want to do it on the bottom.
There's nothing on the bottom, honey. It's just on the top. Tighten it up real tight. You getting it? There you go. Let's see. Well, that's real tight. Good job, Pumpkin. Thank you for the sticker. I feel healthy now.
Can I get a new one?
You can go get another one if you want.
Go to eat today?
Go to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Did we go out to eat today?
Yeah.
Oh, we did. We had good food too, didn't we?
Hey, Daddy.
What's up? Alright, Rosie. Let's hop off. Be very careful getting down though, okay? Be careful, please.
I'm very pick the grasses up. Pick the grasses.
Alright everyone, so we got some firewood here. I'm going to continue on. It's easiest if it's on the edge of the road like that, rather than trying to, you know, cut down one of these dead ones and carry it through the woods. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward a little bit. We'll see if we can get maybe one more. I got about 3/4 of the one tree and half of another. And it's pretty good. Alright, we're here at Grandpa's place. I believe he still has the wood splitter here, so we'll, yeah, it's still there. I'll just back up to it, we'll split some wood, and should be done with it. Here at Grandpa's place, and I'll just back up and we'll start splitting some wood. But while I was splitting here, I was thinking, you know, Grandpa has no problem with me using his wood splitter and stuff like that, but we cut down this tree when we were here a couple weeks ago, and Grandpa's gonna dig it out of here, I guess, and split it. But I thought, you know, maybe to kind of thank him, I'll get some of these rounds out of here, and we'll get them split, but I'll throw them in a separate pile, because that's, I can't remember if that's green or not. I think it was dead, but I'll put it in a separate pile anyways. So I'm going to actually fire up the four-wheeler, and I'll pull the van up. I'll fire up the four-wheeler. I'm going to back it in and grab a couple rounds, put it on the basket, and pull it out. That way I don't have to trudge up and down too many times. But we'll do that for a little bit. That way it kind of helps Grandpa, and it says thank you for letting me use your wood splitter for a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. actually kind of happy I did this because a lot of the wood that's out there in that swamp, it's a little swampy out there, but it's sitting partially in the water, and this wood really absorbed it. Super heavy, but it'll rot out really fast. So there's a couple logs left back there, and we'll get that another time because I'm pretty tired. And then there's 2 large rounds from the base of the tree, and I thought initially I was like, oh, I'm not going to grab those right now because they're probably super heavy, but after picking up the rounds going in towards the swamp, I guarantee you that those front rounds are a lot lighter than these wet ones. This stuff is wet. Oh, but this is probably a nice weekend worth of wood here in his wood stove, and so that's good. Okay. Oh, so this is his wood bin, and I think normally he keeps about 2 years in here. So probably cycles it through 1 year here, 1 year there. And I think we probably have enough, although a lot of this stuff is hardwood, but I think we probably have enough for another season for him now, so that's good. Whew. Little bird feeder stand. Looks like he cut this with a chainsaw, probably to drain the water out as it falls down. Made a little overhang, and then he'll put, I think, his birdhouse here. That's what he was talking about, at least. Okay, so the stairwell here has this low maintenance carpet stuff on there, and I have a hard time smelling it, but I haven't had very good smell since I had COVID last September. But my wife says that when you get down in the basement, it doesn't smell like anything. She says it smells like every basement, but when you get about halfway up the stairs, it smells like dog, wet dog. And it's the carpet, because upstairs it doesn't, downstairs it doesn't. It's this carpet. So I am gonna rip this carpet off, or at least try to. Hopefully it doesn't turn into something too crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna start the vacuum. This little thing here you'd hang photos from, and it came with the house. We don't want it. Okay, so eventually there'll be a wall here and the TV will be corner mounted, but thinking of just quickly mounting it up. There's a stud I can catch. There is one. Let me measure it. Doing all right up there? That's good. That's it. Okay, you know what? There's a tape here. Around here. See the rock polisher. Thanks everyone for watching this video. It's been a few weeks, and to be 100% honest, I got pretty burned out. It's been go, go, go for weeks now. So what ended up happening is I had my sister and my mom and my sister's kids up, and then that was for a weekend, and then after that we went to Wisconsin Dells. So I got a little break in there, and now we're back to it. But I wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of what's going to be going into the next video. Sam and I have decided that we do need to get this basement into a more finished state, because we've had her family up now a few times, and my family comes up, and this is where they stay while they're here, and it's just not comfortable. And by the way, if you hear a noise, the rock polisher is going. That's what that noise is. But we went and got some of the things that we're going to need. If you guys remember initially, this is all getting sheetrocked. That door is going to be gone. Hey, it's May. But we have a whole bedroom set thing that'll be in here. We got the lights figured out. I'm going to be mudding and taping all this, which I already have the stuff for. And this is the new flooring. So this here, obviously it'll have a background underneath it, but we bought this flooring from Lowe's, and we didn't want anything that was going to be super expensive because it's going to get beat up. It's downstairs. This is going to be kind of like a play area for Rose. And so, we thought, do you do actual carpet? We didn't think it was really worth it. Then we said, do we do carpet tiles? We don't like those, but we wanted something different than this stick-on tile floor that looks so terrible down here. So that's what we went with. Got it from Lowe's, and it's like super good price at 89 cents a square foot. So every box was $21 or $22. It's an oak grain, but it's light enough where it's going to be, bright, but not super light where it's like golden oak that really dates the house. So 22 cases of it, which comes out to roughly 500 square feet, and I think we only need about 300 to 400 square feet, so we should have enough. And then this here is 12 sheets of sheetrock, 1/2 inch, and what that is going to be for is the back wall, a little piece for the ceiling there, the doorway, that's going to be covered back up because I was looking at it, and here's a screw and there's a screw. It's a little bright. So there was sheetrock here before, and I don't know why they changed that. For whatever reason, it had something to do with her room. And then we're going to be putting the wall in here. That way you get a breakaway for if someone's like resting or whatever, kind of just splits it nicely. I got the new junction box for this. I got all the stuff figured out for that, and that's going to be going here. Let me give a little bit of light here. So this is a panel board, so we're going to be covering this up with sheetrock. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of do this little sneak peek preview so you guys can understand what's going to be happening in the next one. This basement is going to look a lot different. I got the stuff for mudding and taping and sanding and all of that. We just decided, let's bite the bullet, let's get this done. Winter's coming. We're going to be spending a lot of time inside, so let's get the inside of the house kind of ready. And I also got Dad's paint sprayer. I got all the paint for outside. So we're going to be wrapping up a lot of stuff on this house in the next video. But we've just been having family and vacations going on. But now I'm going to get a large block of time where I can just focus on doing what I got to do. And we're going to get some stuff done. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next Bay House video.